So I did mention something in the last slide about rolling shutter. Before we go there, remember that in a CCD versus CMOS, there are two different things we talked about when we looked at the camera, insides of the camera in one of our earlier lectures. In a CCD, all of the photo sites, which are these colored sensors here, give basically information, and they're kind of then read into an amplifier after at the end. In CMOS, the complementary metal oxide semiconductor, what they do is they actually take the photo sites and they put the amplifiers right at the photo sites. For example, in this pipeline, what would happen is basically all of the information would be read off and the amplification would happen after things are read off from the photo sites. But in CMOS, what happens really is there is an amplifier at each and every photo site. So it actually does a little bit more work to read out the information, and of course all distributed at the location of the sensor itself. Now, of course, CMOS sensors are cheaper. They can also be better than CCD sensors in many different ways. But what happens is when you start putting these types of CMOS sensors on in smaller bodies and cell phones and stuff like that, they don't actually have a very good refresh rate as things are scanned. For example, this is a video from a simple handheld cell phone camera, and you'll notice an interesting thing. It seems like the whole scene is non-rigid. For example, if you look at it, this pillar here seems to be non-rigid, as in it's warping. And if you look at any of the lines, they don't remain straight anymore. You saw that a little bit in the other video I just shown you with the trucks and stuff like that. But this is much more easier to see now, the fact that there's non-rigid deformation going on. Well, of course, this is because of rolling shutter. We'll talk about that in a bit. But let me actually show you how we can take the original video like this with rolling shutter, and now using techniques like the one I've talked about with more modifications, allow us to generate a video that looks much more stable. Again, original video, this was deliberately shaken, handheld camera. And if you don't believe it, that this is video, you can actually see the person going up on the bridge. This is completely stabilized. What we've done basically is modeled this motion and then removed it and resynthesized it.